All right, welcome back to another grand finals between these two absolute badasses of the European scene. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Gresfon, we have the blue Terran player representing Team Liquid. He is Clem, arguably the best Terran in Europe, top 3 without a doubt. His opponent in the upper left-hand corner, maybe the best Protoss in the world. It is our red Protoss for Storm Gaming, MaxPax. What an opener. I mean, I might as well be a professional, you know? They gotta hire me. ESL, give me a call, guys. I know you need more A-stream casters. I know you don't have enough people to choose from, and it's not already difficult enough for you. So just add me to your list, because I don't know if you heard those intros. They were pretty much perfect. Almost as perfect as the gameplay between these two. What's this barracks? What's that little barracks? That's a second barracks. That's a proxy marauder barracks. Ooh, I actually thought that was gonna be like just double Reaper, you know? Sometimes you proxy the one, it gets kind of cheeky. I saw that Marine, that Tech Lab, and the production tab. We getting the good stuff. Okay, Clem. Okay, Clem. You know what? I don't know if this is 100% true. The first person I saw do this build was Milky Cow, and he may have been the pioneer of this build because I saw him do that. I was casting with Special at the time, and Special was like, what is this build? This is a good build. I'm going to do this build. And Special's kind of on the forefront of that stuff. I don't know. I feel like we might be able to credit Milky Cow with this one. In any case, MaxPax needs to be prepared. What is MaxPax has no gateway on the map? What is happening right now? Right, he's spotting this barracks. He just saw it. He's gonna drop the shield battery, pulls the stalker up to the main base. I mean, that's just a dead shield battery, right? Bunker gonna go down? Ooh, probe's getting pulled, but the stalker dies. Concussive shells. Looks like it is done. These units very slow. Great surround on that Marauder. Oh, but Clem finds the gap and somehow keeps this Marauder alive. It's got 1 hit point. Oh my God. Both of these Marauders living through all of that. There's Marines here now as well. This gateway finishes up for MaxPax, but there's no warp gate yet. It's 12 seconds away from finishing, so it's not even helpful. He's chrono boosting it, but he's gonna lose so many probes while these gateways take forever to morph. Oh my God, at least he kills those 2 low Marauders, but he's lost all his probes. He's down to 14 workers. And Clem has a CC finishing up behind this. Even if this gets cleaned up, I think Clem is in a fantastic spot. It looks like MaxPax might be able to just barely clean this up. But look at this, the Marines are still here and they're so good against these probes. Another couple of probes gonna go down to these last couple Marines. And it looks like Clem's gonna pull back. Yeah, that's just it. 12 probes. There's just no coming back from that. Clem takes us super fast. Easy, quick game 1 in this grand finals. I can't believe that. What a wild series already. I feel like today's been crazy in the best possible way. All right, game 2. Going to Ancient Cistern. The most ancient of siblings. Except for Linarina. Got him, dude. Again. Got him again. Crossing the 10-hour mark of this stream as we get into game 2 of this grand finals. This has been a really good one. The NA finals are always so good. Like the last couple of matches in NA are always so sick. And it makes these long casts feel so worth it. So like rewarding to get to the end, and it's like, oh yeah, banger after banger. These games have also been really wild. All the TVPs, we've just watched a bunch of TVPs, and they've all been kind of insane and unhinged, and I love them. This one's not going to be any different. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner, we have a MaxPax and Rutro Ray. Like Zoing Scoob, I think Clem's proxying again. Raggy, how's MaxPax gonna deal with that? Like Zoinks, I think he's gonna have to get this lucky scout. I think you may be right, Scooby and Shaggy, but I don't know if MaxPax is gonna be thinking to scout this high ground right here for the 2 racks. As is with the gas, this is the Reapers. But the probe will eventually figure out that, hey, there's no barracks back at home. And I think he's going to have an idea of what's coming. Now for MaxPax, unfortunately, this map, I don't think you can get a good Reaper wall here with the Pylon Cybercore Gateway. Pretty sure the Reapers can still jump up, and you've got this jump up spot anyways, plus the ramp. I do like that MaxPax has the little wall here. I don't know, maybe Cybercore down here would have been stronger. It's hard to say. MaxPax, though, taking a base as he scouts the lack of a barracks. Now, it's very common in this matchup to just proxy 1 barracks for Reapers, right? I'm talking about jump up positions, though, and Clem's like, bro, I have 2 tech labs this time. He's like, last time, 1 proxy tech lab barracks. This time, 2 proxy tech lab barracks. Oh, no, MaxPax! Okay, he's gonna spot it. Oh, just barely spots it and gets out of there. Damn. Concussive shells on the way. MaxPax drops that shield battery once again. I feel like he's gonna need more than 1, though. This game, at least, he doesn't have a proxy, but he also doesn't have any other tech or any other gateways. It's just 1 gateway. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, Kev. This is looking a little #dicey as the Marauders micro against the Zealot, forced to cancel on the shield battery, and now they can fight these units for a long time before he's got to worry about any sort of healing factor happening. Now the bunker was stopped. Oh, but the Marauders dive on top of the Stalkers. Concussive shell stopping these Stalkers from escaping. Shield battery getting targeted down as the Marauders micro against the probes. Find a nice little spot here. Good probe micro to get those probes mining through. One of these Marauders really low, it goes down, but the Stalker's gonna die as well. And as one Marauder dies, another one shows up. GG gets called. This feels like payback in a way. I kind of love this. So when MaxPax like first became the best Protoss in Europe, when he became that, and it was like without a doubt, right? He became the best Protoss in Europe. He and Clem would go at it. And I remember at that time, Proxy Void Rays, which Creator did to Clem earlier, MaxPax would win with that sometimes. And like, I feel it was pretty confident MaxPax was cheesing and proxying and being cheeky against Clem specifically. And it's funny to see the start of this series is Clem proxying a bunch of racks and winning with cheeky, cheesy builds. It's actually beautiful. Actually beautiful. We're going to game 3. Clem's already on match point. Do you proxy again? Are we going to see 3 proxy Raxes this time? Or is it time for the straight up standard game? I think there's only one way to find out. And it's to hop into game 3 here on Babylon and see what the players decide to go for. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner. Losing to a couple of cheeky cheeses. It's MaxPax. Trying to pull it back from being down 0-2. He's got to win 3 in a row. Opponent in the lower right-hand corner, maybe feeling like the macro games aren't working for him against MaxPax, and He needs to bust out the special strats. It is Team Liquid's Clem. These guys are against each other so often. The fact that we didn't get a Clem MaxPax Europe finals and then a Clem MaxPax NA finals back to back is a little surprising. But Clem's first barracks is at home, and I don't see any SCVs out on the map. MaxPax going to go for the scout. He's blocking the Reaper ramp on this one. Surprised we haven't seen MaxPax get hyper aggressive with proxies, although I guess he did try to proxy in game 1. It's just that Clem's proxy was better than MaxPax's proxy. But it looks like we might have a macro game on our hands. And, I mean, I'm happy to see that. I gotta say, too, I have to say, both these guys are up super late. I think it's 4 a.m.-ish for MaxPax, and maybe just 3 a.m. for Clem. Because I think Clem's an hour earlier than MaxPax, but it's still very late for these guys. They've been playing StarCraft all day because they played in EU and in NA. They've played a ton of StarCraft. I wouldn't be surprised if Clem did those builds because he was tired and he wants this to end quickly without 5 macro games back to back to back. At least now, even if they macro out and MaxPax ends up taking it to game 5 and they just fully, at least it's only 3 macro games. Clem certainly shortened this series by doing that. He's gonna go for a quick 3cc. So I do love this. This shows the kind of class of player that we just see on a regular basis, and I think we just get so used to this. Going from a hardcore cheese to an even harder core hardcore cheese to a 3cc build is a beautiful way to play a series. However, MaxPax seems to be expecting this. And he's putting some pressure on, but beautifully handled by Clem. He lost 1 SCV for that. Oh, he was ready for it, man. He was super ready for it. MaxPax is going to see 5 Marines here. He's not going anywhere. This is a great opening for Clem. 3cc, kills the Zealot and the Adept. I mean, MaxPax is by no means dead. He's got a Robo, 2 more gateways, and Blink on the way. Leads me to believe he might be going a bit aggressive. But the early game didn't go the way he wanted it to, right? He forced some lost mining time, and that's about it. Oh, these Marines are just shoving this Adept as far away as possible. No. Get back. Get back to where you once belonged. Get back, Loretta. Your mama's waiting. Wearing a high heel shoes and a low back sweater. Get on home, Loretta. That's just a scouting Adept. Oh, there's that prism. What's the gateway count? 1, 2, 3. 4 gateways. There you go. Sesame Street helping us figure out how many gateways MaxPax is going for. Looks like he wants to expand, so I think he's just going to put some pressure on with these Stalkers. He might see if he can find some real damage here, and then if he cannot, he'll just go for the base. Or he's just going to take that expansion once he has 400 minerals. Regardless. Irregardless. Actually, where'd that probe go? Maybe there is not going to be expansion. Clem has a lot of Marines and a couple Marauders in the main base. The bunker is not up. I don't think he was expecting this at all. Clem seemed very unprepared for this Stalker push. And 6 SCVs go down just like that. And MaxPax, this is already a good start. I feel like if he takes a base here and, you know, just pokes with the Stalkers in the back, he should be very good. Doesn't want to lose too many Stalkers. Only lost a couple there, but killing 8 Marines and 11 SCVs. So that early game start for Clem was so good. but MaxPax pulling it right on back with this Blink Stalker move that Clem was not prepared for. Couple of Stalkers in the main base, but Stim is done, so these Stalkers I think are just going to have to leave. Nice fancy micro in the Prism, but Stalkers still don't win that fight. Ooh, more Stalkers showing up though. MaxPax diving in. Needs to be careful of that Prism. Loses a Stalker. Just going to get out of there. Not really worth blinking up. Again, he's got this base halfway done. He killed a bunch of workers. I don't think he needs to press too hard here. He really doesn't want to lose everything, but that's a lot of Stalkers, though. He could absolutely get some work done with that. He might go for the blink on top of this bunker. He's just going to walk forward, target it down, and that gives him the blink out. He's also using that Prism. My God. His blink micro and the Prism micro is insane. I don't think he lost a Stalker during that engagement, which seems impossible. Finally, one goes down. But my God. Okay, good snipe on that Observer. Clem has a lot of Marauders, which I really love the Zealot Warp in here for MaxPax, but the heavy Marauder count is dangerous to these Stalkers. A lot of them are very low, and it's going to make it really tough to actually get that micro that MaxPax was looking for. SCV is getting pulled, but they're getting stuck behind the Marauders. The big boy Marauders. Oh no, they're clogging it up. And after another big stim here, the medevacs are here though, so at least that stim feels okay. He's going to chase this Prism back. He's going to chase these Stalkers back. 8 more SCVs going down though. MaxPax taking almost a 20 worker lead. 25 SCVs have died. Only 7 Stalkers have gone down. The Prism heading towards the third base and or the main while the Stalkers fight against the bio units. A couple Marauders are here to potentially stop a warp in, but they obviously can't kill the Prism. Third base is on location now for Clem. He should have enough to defend against these Stalkers. The medevacs are super low on energy though, so stims are going to be very painful. And there wasn't enough bio in the main to deal with the warp in of Zealots. Oh, this bio desperately trying to hold on here. Finds a nice position. The Prism nearly dead. Needs to be very careful. Scan to see that there is in fact a third base, and a fourth base about halfway done here for MaxPax. He's in a pretty solid spot. He's ahead a bunch of workers still. The army supply though, very similar, and Clem's got that +1 finished up a little bit earlier. But no +1 armor, so it might not end up really making that much of a difference. Maybe a 20-second difference here. The follow-up tech for MaxPax is going to be the Robo Bay, Colossi and or Disruptors. The Observer spotting this, spotting the medevac taking the wrong path. One Stalker will die for it, but I think it's worth it killing that medevac. Medevacs are so important here. Oh, and Clem was not ready for this. A lot of these units disjointed. One Widowmine will connect very well, and actually a lot of these Zealots will go down for that. Clem going to keep on pushing. The army supply ends up being very similar. Cheeky little force field, but Clem says, I think you're a little scared, are you? Going to grab that Immortal. MaxPax pulls all the way back to his third base, but now his fourth base is in some trouble. I think Clem needs to kill this. He's going to go for it. He is going to get it. Probe's coming off the line. He wants to punish him for it. These units are so low. The charge lots going to be able to kill a lot of these, and a good blink forward from the Stalkers. They're just trimming off the units. Jesus, these units are so low. Oh my God. I don't think he has a boost available, so he doesn't want to lift up into the medevacs. Just wants to try to stutter step back and kill as many of these Zealots as he can. Finally gets those units out of there. But Clem, where's his army? It's in the main dealing with this Prism that somehow lived on 12 hit points. And MaxPax is in a very good position here. He lost that fourth base, but he's pushed away the third. He's still ahead a bunch of workers. The army supply is still quite similar, but he's got that first Colossus on the way now. He needs to not walk it across the map. Oh, there's the second Colossus. This one did walk across the map. Very important to not walk that across the map. You really don't want that in the middle of the map by its lonesome. Colossi don't have blink like the Stalkers do. Imagine if they did. Can we for a moment imagine if Colossi just had blink? What would they lose to on the ground? I don't think they would lose to anything. Actually be insane. Clem gonna get aggressive once again. He is up an army supply. don't know if he realizes these Colossi are here, but... Oh, Medevacs, again, kind of running off on their own. Little Mine's not going to be that helpful against the Colossi. No Thermal Lance yet, but with the Archons up front buffering, it does feel like MaxPax has the stronger army here. But this time that blink, I don't think he realized that was about to happen. Zealots cut off to run around the top side. I think they're going for a counterattack. There they go. Clem, he's got a good handful of units back at home. The Observer's spotting, so I'm surprised MaxPax is sending those Zealots in. Ooh, but it looks like they're actually going to come in for the big surround, forcing the lift up. The Stalkers, there's 4 of them, so not really going to be able to do too much about that. Units will drop out back at home, and oh no, the Colossi pad the wrong way. MaxPax making a big mistake. Clem's going to realize it, and all 3 Colossi get demolished. MaxPax had a big lead, but just like that, the resources lost skews way in favor of Clem, who's going to bust down these rocks. What is he afraid of now? It's just a handful of gateway units now. Zealots going for a counterattack. MaxPax desperately trying to get a bunch of damage on the other side of the map. Clem's going to pull back, and I think this is very good for MaxPax because on the other side of the map, he was fully dead if Clem walked in. Widowmine's getting good shots. There's apparently no armory, though, so that's a bit of a problem for Clem, who's on 1-1, but has no other upgrades available to him until that armory is done. He hasn't even started it yet. I feel like Clem is pushing really hard right now. I mean, I guess this is almost a 5-base Protoss, so he might have to. EMPs are here. There is 1 Colossus and an overcharged shield battery. Clem's going to pull back. Killing those 3 Colossi is a huge boon for Clem, but the game is by no means over. We have more SCVs going down to these Zealots. More Zealots running in. Widowmine's trying to help out, and they will a little bit, but only a little bit. Oh man, this run by is doing huge damage. Clem, he says, screw it, I'm going anyways, I don't care. He's gonna kill that Colossus. MaxPax backs up. He has 1 Disruptor, but it doesn't have a Nova available. It looks like Clem already dodged one of the Novas. This base might not be long for this world. MaxPax is coming out. He wants to stop the base from dying. He's got another Disruptor. Gets targeted down, but the Nova goes off. Only gets a couple of units, but anything is good here for MaxPax right now. Clem on the other side of the map, it looks like he might have cleaned up those Zealots. He's got a 4th base up and running. He's killing MaxPax's army, and Clem, despite being way down in this game, despite feeling like he needed to cheese the first 2, looks poised to take game 3. GG gets called, and Clem takes the 3-0 victory to make this a quick and easy cleanup in the grand finals. Getting some good revenge on MaxPax there. Those guys are, I feel like they're so evenly matched. They're so exciting to watch. What a game. What a wild series. What a wild last few matches this has been. GG's, man. Clem, undisputed champion of the day.